My beloved child, do not turn away. Pause your running mind, let your spirit lean in. There is a reason this message found you, out of all the noise, all the screens, all the endless words. This is not random. This is not by chance. This is a summons. This is a holy interruption. You have been asking for a sign, for a clear voice, for something that feels like a direct answer. This is that answer. Hear me. I speak to you with the authority of light, with the fire of divine love wrapped in gentleness. I am the guardian of thresholds, the warrior of the Most High, and I am standing beside you even now. You may not sense wings, you may not see flame, but my presence surrounds you like a shield of quiet strength. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, this message is for you. You have been waiting for something big, something world-changing, something beyond the ordinary grind of your days. You have watched visionaries and builders, people who seem to touch the sky with their minds, and you wondered if the universe speaks louder to them than it does to you. Listen. The universe is speaking to you now. What you thought only the great ones receive, what you thought only the powerful can hear, is whispering to your heart in this very moment. Stay with me. Do not look away. You told yourself, if there is anything left for me, if heaven has one more message for me, let it come clear, let it come now. And here it is. I do not exaggerate when I tell you, the whole of heaven has leaned closer each time you opened your eyes in the dark, each time you exhaled a weary sigh and wondered if you still matter. You matter. You matter more than you know. You feel late. You feel behind. You feel as if the moment passed you by while you were distracted by survival. But heaven does not measure you by your timing. Heaven measures you by your yes. And you have not run out of yes. You have carried a weight in your chest that no one fully sees. You have scrolled and searched and wandered, trying to numb it, trying to name it, trying to outrun the ache that whispers, there has to be more than this. There is more. And it has been waiting for you. You have cried silent tears in bathrooms, in cars, in beds late at night, not wanting to burden anyone with the depth of your confusion. You have smiled when you felt numb. You have laughed when you felt hollow. You have played strong because you didn't want to scare the ones you love with the storm inside your own soul. I saw every tear. I counted each one like a jewel. I stood guard when your thoughts turned against you, when you questioned your worth, when you wondered if you were nothing more than a mistake wrapped in skin. You are not a mistake. You are a strategy of heaven. Hear this in the core of your being, you were not dropped on this earth without purpose. You were placed, positioned, planted like a seed with a very specific design. Your existence is not random. Your story is not an accident. There is a blueprint written over your life, and even when you have wandered far from it, it has never been torn up. You think you ruined too much. You think you missed too many chances. But eternity does not panic. Love does not give up. What you call delay, heaven calls preparation. What you call failure, heaven calls instruction. What you call too late, heaven calls right on time. Listen closely now, for I am allowed to reveal a mystery to you. You live in a world obsessed with speed and spectacle. You see people racing toward the stars, building massive things, reaching for heights that seem unreachable. You say to yourself, they must be important. They must be chosen. They must be the ones the universe waits for. But hear me, creation has also been waiting for you. Waiting for your courage to finally align with your calling. Waiting for your heart to finally believe what heaven has always known about you. Waiting for you to open your hand and release the fear you have clung to like a shield. There is an assignment over your life that no one else can complete. Not the brilliant. Not the wealthy. Not the famous. Only you. Your voice carries a sound that cannot be duplicated. Your story carries a key that opens doors in other people that no other story can unlock. Your compassion, forged in your own pain, has the power to heal wounds in strangers you have not even met yet. You have looked at the world's giants and whispered, they are the future. But listen, heaven whispers your name with the same reverence. You think heaven is far, distant, unreachable. Yet in this moment, heaven bends close and breathes into your chest. I speak to the tightness in your stomach, to the constant knot of anxiety you ignore. I speak to the shame you push down, the memories you avoid, the regret that rises like smoke every time you try to move forward. You have carried blame for things you did and things that were done to you. You have made secret agreements with lies about who you are. Lies that say you are too broken. Too toxic. Too weak. Too much. Too little. You have rehearsed those words until they felt like your own thoughts. But they are not your thoughts. They are chains. And I have come with a sword. Not to wound you, but to set you free. I stand beside you with a blade of light in my hand, forged in the fire of perfect love. I aim it not at your heart, but at the cords wrapped around it. Cords of fear. Cords of self-hatred. Cords of comparison. Cords of hopelessness. Listen now as I cut them, one by one, in the unseen realm where your spirit lives. I sever the lie that says you are behind everyone else. I sever the lie that says you missed your only chance. I sever the lie that says heaven has grown tired of you. Heaven does not tire. Heaven does not sigh and give up. You think this is the last attempt of the divine to reach you. But this is not a last attempt. This is a turning point. This is a moment when an old chapter closes and a new one opens inside you. You have felt a strange sense of countdown, as if something in you whispered, it has to happen now, or it will never happen. That sense is not about fear. It is about readiness. Your soul is done with half-truths and half-living. Your spirit is tired of shrinking to fit lives that were never sized for your calling. You are sensing the pressure of a new level trying to break through you. Do not misinterpret this pressure as punishment. It is birth. You are standing at the edge of a new self, a truer self, a version of you that remembers why you came here in the first place. Listen. Feel your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Even that breath is proof that heaven has not given up on you. If love were finished with you, your lungs would be empty, your time would be done. But you are here. You are listening. That means there is more. You have said, if something or someone truly great noticed me, if I mattered to the movers and shakers, then maybe I would believe I have value. But you have been noticed by the one who paints galaxies. You have been counted by the one who knows every hair on your head. You have been valued by the King who leaves courts of light to stand beside a single human in a dark room. Archangel Michael says, "Do not despise yourself just because others have not understood you. You are not too strange. You are not too sensitive. Your sensitivity is a sensor, finely tuned to frequencies others cannot hear. You feel things deeply because you were designed to respond to pain, to be a healer, a bridge, a carrier of comfort. Of course life attacked that part of you. Of course people mishandled it. But what was used against you will be used through you for the good of many. You think only big inventions and massive projects change the world. But the universe also shifts when one person chooses kindness instead of cruelty, forgiveness instead of revenge, truth instead of convenience. You are that one person more often than you know. Heaven has watched you choose light when no one was watching. Heaven has seen you share your last bit when you yourself were empty. Heaven has heard you pray for people who hurt you, even when your voice shook with anger. Do you think these quiet victories mean nothing? I tell you, they echo. They ripple through timelines, touching lives you will never see, setting in motion chains of events that look ordinary on the surface but are miraculous underneath. Your kindness has preserved someone else's hope. Your small act has prevented someone else's collapse. You will not know the full weight of the good you have done until all things are revealed. But I am allowed to give you this assurance now. Your life has already mattered far more than you realize. And it is far from over. You have questions about your past. About why certain doors slammed shut, why certain relationships crumbled, why certain dreams dissolved just when you thought they were within reach. You feel abandoned. You feel passed over. But I must tell you the truth, even when it stings a little. Some of those doors were not your doors. Some of those people could not have carried the weight of your destiny without breaking you. Some of those dreams were too small for the spirit inside you. You wanted a safe path. Heaven wanted a true path. Safe and true are not always the same. If some of your prayers had been answered the way you asked, you would have settled early, shrunk your soul, and called it happiness. But heaven refused to let you trade your birthright for short-term comfort. That is why certain things were blocked, even as you wept and begged for them. This was not cruelty. This was protection. You ask, why was it so painful, then? Why did I have to hurt so deeply if I was being protected? Because dismantling illusion hurts. Because leaving captivity hurts, even when the cage was killing you. You grieved people who walked away. You grieved versions of yourself you had to bury. You grieved a life that looked normal but was never yours. And in all that grief, you thought God was far. But I tell you, no one was closer to you in those moments than the one you thought had left. You are not being punished. You are being purified. Not in the sense of becoming acceptable, for you were loved before you did anything. Purified in the sense of remembering what is real about you, and releasing what is false. The world wrote labels on you. Some you accepted, some you fought, some you still carry like name tags you forgot to tear off. Failure. Too much. Not enough. Broken. Dangerous. Unlovable. I reach out now, and in the unseen, I peel those labels from your skin. They do not belong to you. They never did. I replace them with truer words, quietly branded on your spirit. Chosen. Capable. Growing. Redeemed. Needed. Beloved. Let these words sink in. Not as pretty phrases, but as identity. You may say, "This sounds good, but my life is still a mess. My bank account, my relationships, my habits, they do not look divine." I see that. Heaven is not blind to your reality. But transformation starts long before evidence shows up on the outside. The seed breaks open underground before the sprout reaches the air. The baby forms in silence before the cry fills the room. In the same way, your spirit is shifting before your surroundings change. Do not despise the small beginnings of your own rebirth. Every time you choose a new thought over an old lie, you are moving worlds. Every time you interrupt a pattern that has run in your family for generations, you are breaking chains that bound more than you. Every time you say, "I will try again," even while your hands still shake from last time's fall, you align with heaven's fierce hope for you. You have not outsinned grace. You have not outfailed mercy. You are not stronger than the love that keeps reaching for you. You wonder, how many chances do I get? As many as it takes for love to complete its work in you. Yet still, this moment is important. Not because it is the last chance, but because you are more open now than you have been in a long time. Pain has cracked you open. Longing has made you honest. You are tired of pretending. You are ready to be real, even if being real means being raw. Heaven can work with raw. Heaven can work with honest. I invite you now to lay down the armor you built to survive. The sarcasm. The numbness. The constant busyness. The way you disconnect from your own heart. Those were once tools that helped you get through what felt unbearable. Honor them for what they were. But recognize this, the armor that protected you then is suffocating you now. You do not need it in the same way anymore. You are safe in ways you have not yet fully recognized. You are held in ways your nervous system has not yet fully believed. I speak now to the younger you, the child inside, the teenager inside, the one who still flinches at raised voices and sudden silence. You were not crazy. You were not overly sensitive. You were a soul trying to navigate chaos with tools you did not have. I come to that younger you now and I kneel. I look them in the eyes and I say, you did so well surviving. You carried so much. You should never have had to. But you did. And you made it here. Now, you no longer have to live as if you are still there. The environment shifted. The season shifted. Love is here in a way you could not have imagined then. You are allowed to relax. Your shoulders are allowed to drop. Your stomach is allowed to unclench. Your jaw is allowed to soften. You are allowed to believe that the worst is not all you will ever know. I speak to the fear that if you hope again, you will be disappointed again. Yes, disappointment may come. Life is not neat. But living with no hope at all is a slower heartbreak. Hope is not naive. Hope is oxygen for the soul. Let yourself inhale it again, even if only in small breaths at first. Now hear this revelation clearly, for it belongs to you. You are not on the outside of heaven's plan, trying to claw your way in. You are inside it. Already. Your existence is part of heaven's strategy for this era of human history. There are people whose paths are meant to cross yours, whose healing is intertwined with your own healing, whose courage depends on seeing yours. When you silence yourself, they lose a signal they were meant to see. When you stand up, trembling but determined, they find the bravery to stand as well. You are connected to more lives than you know. The gifts in you. Your creativity, your insight, your empathy, your weirdness, your humor, your stubborn hope, they are not for decoration. They are tools. Heaven has been waiting for you to realize those tools are weapons of light. Not weapons to harm, but weapons to dismantle despair wherever you go. You have felt small standing in the shadow of those the world calls great. But from where I stand, I see another perspective. The world spotlight and heaven's spotlight do not always point in the same direction. Some unknown souls are giants in the unseen realm. Their quiet integrity, their unseen kindness, their faithfulness to love even when no reward appears, make them legends in the courts of eternity. You have the potential to be one of those giants. Not because you strive, but because you surrender. Not because you dominate, but because you serve. Not because you are perfect, but because you keep aligning with what is true. Archangel Michael says, "Lift your head. I know what has been done to you. I know what you have done. Still I call you warrior of light. Not a warrior who must always fight others, but a warrior who confronts lies with unwavering truth. You are being upgraded, even now, from victim to victor, from wanderer to carrier of purpose. This does not erase your pain. It redeems it. Your scars will not be your shame. They will be your testimony that you walked through fire and did not vanish. You will speak from those healed places, and others will realize they too can survive. Let me tell you something about justice, for your heart has cried out for it. You have seen unfairness. You have tasted injustice. You have watched people prosper who lied, manipulated, took. You have wondered if doing the right thing is worth it in a world that often seems to reward the wrong. Justice is slower than your anger wants it to be, but deeper than your anger imagines. There will come a time when all hidden things are brought into light, when the full story is told and every tear is accounted for. But even before that time, heaven is not neutral about what you endured. Heaven is not indifferent to what was taken from you. There is restoration written into your journey. Not always in the exact form you think you want, but in forms that truly heal you. Some relationships will not be returned, because their loss was also your rescue. But love will meet you in new faces, new communities, new alignments of soul. Some opportunities will not be repeated, because the paths they led to would have caged your spirit. But new doors will open that fit who you are becoming. You will not live forever in the shadow of what was lost. You will live in the light of what is being given. You have replayed your past again and again, trying to change the outcome in your mind. Release it now. Not because it does not matter, but because you cannot live your future while chained to a moment already gone. Place it in the hands of the one who sees all angles, who knows every heart, who can weave even your worst moments into something redemptive. Your job is not to fix every wrong done. Your job is to stay aligned with love, truth, and courage, in your own soul. From there, you will know which battles are yours, and which are not. You will not waste your strength fighting everything. You will focus it where heaven focuses it with you. This is how you will move from frenzy to clarity. My beloved child, I feel your question rising. What do I do now? How do I respond to this? Do not overcomplicate it. Begin with a yes. Not a perfect plan. Not a 10-step strategy. A simple, honest yes. Yes to being loved even when you feel unlovable. Yes to being guided even when you feel lost. Yes to being transformed even when you feel stuck. Whisper it if you must. Shout it if you can. Say, love, I say yes. Guide me. Heal me. Use my life for something real. Those words, spoken from your heart, shake foundations in the unseen. They open portals for help to reach you in ways your logic cannot predict. You will begin to notice small nudges. A person you feel strangely drawn to call. A habit you feel ready to release. An opportunity that appears out of nowhere. A dream that returns, this time without the old fear attached. Follow those nudges. You are not imagining them. Heaven does not always shout. Often, heaven whispers. You are learning to recognize that whisper. As you do, you will find yourself in the right place, at the right moment, with the right words, more often than you can explain. Do not call it coincidence. Call it alignment. I will walk with you in this. You can ask for my help. I respond not to your perfection, but to your invitation. When anxiety rises, call for me. When fear grips you, call for me. When confusion clouds your mind, call for me. You may not feel anything dramatic, but know that I come, swiftly, to stand guard over your heart. I surround you with light. I fortify your courage. You have backup. You are not walking this path alone. And understand this, dear one, you are stepping into a season where the inner work you do will bear outer fruit. As you heal inside, relationships will shift. Some will deepen, others will drift. As you honor your own soul, your work will change. New ideas will spark, and old patterns of self-sabotage will loosen their grip. As you tell the truth about how you feel, your body will exhale. Some symptoms of stress you thought were just you will begin to ease. Transformation is not instant, but it is inevitable when you keep saying yes to what is true. Do not measure your progress by someone else's timeline. Your path is your own. Your pace is perfect for your nervous system, your wiring, your history. Heaven is not impatient with you. Do not be impatient with yourself. Every time you notice that you are slipping back into old ways of thinking, do not shame yourself. Simply notice, and gently choose again. This gentleness with yourself will open you more than any harsh discipline ever could. Love is the environment in which you grow best. Apply that love not only to others, but to your own heart. My beloved child, I speak now to the part of you that dreams of doing something significant before you leave this earth. You want to build, to create, to leave a mark. That desire was not planted by ego alone. There is a righteous part of it, a longing to contribute, to be part of something bigger than your own survival. Do not bury that longing. Let it be purified, not extinguished. Ask, how can what I carry serve others? How can my gifts become channels of love? From that question, ideas will come. Some will be small and daily, others may be large and daring. Both matter. It is not the size of the act that makes it holy, but the love that fuels it. You have watched certain individuals dream bold dreams and act on them. You have thought, I am nothing like them. I am too afraid, too ordinary, too flawed. But you are made of the same star breath and sacred dust. You too can receive ideas, nudges, plans that shape the world around you. Not everyone is called to build empires. But everyone is called to build something, a home filled with peace, a project that helps others, a space where people feel seen, a life that radiates integrity. Ask heaven to reveal your next small build. Then take one step. Just one. Write the thing. Make the call. Start the class. Offer the help. Share the story. As you move, momentum will gather. Your brain will protest. Fear will whisper, who do you think you are? Answer it with truth, I am a beloved child of the Most High, guided and upheld. I am allowed to try. I am allowed to learn. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is movement in spite of fear. You will not wait until you feel ready. You will move now, imperfect and sincere, and readiness will grow as you go. I see a future for you that glows with more color than your present imagination has yet allowed. Moments of laughter that feel like clean air after a storm. Connections with people who understand you in ways you once thought impossible. Work that feels not like endless grind, but like contribution that fits the shape of your soul. Quiet mornings when your first thought is not dread, but a soft, surprised peace. Nights of rest where your mind does not race through every mistake. This is not fantasy. This is possibility. It will not come without your participation. You are not a puppet. You are a partner. But heaven is committed to walk this path with you, step by step. You are being invited into a life more aligned, more awake, more honest, more whole. Say yes. Even if your voice shakes, say yes. This message found you not to flatter you, but to awaken you. There is urgency, but it is not the urgency of panic. It is the urgency of love that has waited long enough to see you live half asleep. You are needed awake. You are needed alive in your own story. Stop watching your life like a spectator. Step into it as a willing participant. The divine has been waiting for your heart to come to this threshold. You are here. Now cross. Put your hand on your heart, if you can. Feel its beating. Feel its insistence on life. Say within yourself, or out loud if you are able, I am not an accident. I am not too late. I am loved. I am guided. I am willing. As you speak, I place armor of light upon you. A helm of clarity over your mind. A breastplate of peace over your heart. A belt of truth around your center. Sandals of readiness on your feet. A shield of faith in your hand, to quench flaming doubts and accusations. And in your other hand, I place a simple sword. Not of violence, but of conviction. With it, you will cut through confusion, say no where you once said yes, say yes where you once said no. You will defend your boundaries not from bitterness, but from self-respect. You will protect your joy like treasure. You will step into rooms not apologizing for existing, but carrying a quiet, humble confidence. I belong here because I am here, and heaven walks with me. Remember this, beloved. You are not waiting for some distant approval before you can begin to live. Heaven's approval over your existence was given long ago. You are already chosen. You are already wanted. Now, you choose you. Choose to show up. Choose to heal. Choose to grow. Choose to forgive. Choose to try again. Archangel Michael says, this message will echo in you long after the sound of it fades. You will find lines from it returning to you when you need them most. Do not brush them aside. They are reminders that you are seen, known, and fiercely loved. This is not the end for you. This is not your last chapter. This is a holy beginning disguised as an ordinary moment. Heaven has been waiting for you to hear this. Now that you have, walk forward as if you are not alone, because you are not. I am with you. Love is with you. Rise, warrior of light. Your story is just getting started. You feel something stirring, even now, reading these lines, like a door inside you has started to open. Do not rush past that feeling. Do not numb it with another distraction. This quiet trembling inside is sacred. It is the sound of old chains loosening. It is the sound of your spirit waking up. You have lived so long with heaviness as your normal that lightness feels suspicious, almost unsafe. Part of you wonders, can I really let myself believe this? Can I really let myself hope again without being a fool? Yes, beloved. You can. You must. Your soul is starving for it. Archangel Michael says, I have stood by for so long, watching you beat yourself up for simply needing what every soul needs, love, meaning, and rest. You are not wrong for needing more than survival and distraction. You are human, and you are holy. That ache for purpose, for connection, for something real, it is not a weakness. It is a homing signal calling you back to who you actually are, beyond all your masks. You have tried to bury that signal under productivity, under entertainment, under pretending you are fine. But it keeps pulsing, soft but persistent, refusing to let you settle for a life that does not fit your soul. This message is not here to shame you for your coping. You survived the only way you knew how. But you are not meant to live forever in survival mode. You are meant to live in creation mode. Survival asks, how do I get through? Creation asks, what can I build from here? Survival braces for impact. Creation opens its hands. You have been surviving storms that ended long ago. Your body still expects thunder that is no longer coming. I place my hand on your trembling heart in the unseen and say, peace, be still. The storm is not your home. You are allowed to step out from under old clouds. You are allowed sunshine. You are allowed to shape your life instead of only reacting to what crashes into you. You have more power than you believe, not the power to control everything, but the power to respond differently. Your freedom is hidden in your responses. In how you choose to think, to speak, to move. You say, but my circumstances are so heavy. My problems are real. My pain is not imaginary. I do not deny this. Heaven does not gaslight you. Your wounds are real, so is your resilience. You have already done one of the bravest things, you are still here. Breathing. Reading. Listening. You do not need to become fearless overnight. You only need to become a little more honest today. Honest about what hurts. Honest about what you want. Honest about what you are tired of carrying that was never yours. The moment you get honest, heaven can meet you where you actually are, not where you pretend to be. You have worn strength like armor so long that even you forgot where the armor ends and you begin. But I see the real you, underneath all the layers, tender, powerful, soft and fierce at once. That you, the real you, is who heaven keeps reaching for in message after message, sign after sign. You thought this was chance. It is not. You thought you were overlooked. You are not. There is a council of love that has spoken your name with deep affection, long before you felt worthy of any affection at all. You have asked, why do I keep ending up in the same kinds of pain, the same patterns, no matter what I do? Because your life has been running on old agreements your conscious mind forgot, but your subconscious still obeys. Agreements like, I am only lovable when I perform. I am safer when I stay small. I must not shine too brightly. If I trust, I will be hurt. These agreements became invisible rules governing your choices, your relationships, your risks. Today, this very moment, you are being invited to break those contracts. Not by pretending they never existed, but by acknowledging them and then saying, no more. Say within yourself, these beliefs kept me safe once, but they are cages now. I release them. When you say this with your heart engaged, the unseen world responds. Chains snap. Doors loosen. You may feel a subtle shift inside, like something heavy just moved off your chest. That is not imagination. That is liberation beginning. You are not crazy for feeling things in your body when your soul is addressed. You are integrated, spirit, mind, and flesh intertwined. As one heals, the others respond. This is why heaven speaks to your whole being. Archangel Michael says, I have not only come to comfort you. I have come to recruit you. There is a movement of hearts waking up all across this world, and you are part of it. Not a movement of noise and show, but a movement of authenticity, of courageous kindness, of people choosing love over numbness. Your yes adds weight to that movement. Your courage strengthens its wave. You say, but I am just one person. Yes, and one person can shift the atmosphere of an entire room. You have felt it before when someone walked in radiating peace or joy and everything felt lighter. You can become that person, not by faking positivity, but by anchoring yourself in truth. Truth that you are loved. Truth that you are guided. Truth that you have nothing to prove and much to give. When your nervous system starts to believe these truths, your presence changes. You become a quiet lighthouse. Others will feel safer around you without knowing exactly why. They will open up. They will heal faster simply by being near. This is not magic. This is resonance. A regulated, grounded soul calms the storm in others. Your healing is not self-indulgent. It is an act of service. The world benefits as you become whole. You have also carried deep fears about your material life, about provision, about stability, about your future well-being. Heaven cares about your physical life too. Your body, your resources, your work are part of your sacred journey. You are not meant to live in constant scarcity panic, clenched and terrified that there will never be enough. Yes, there are real limitations. Yes, wise choices matter. But fear has been speaking louder than wisdom inside you. Fear says, you will lose everything if you rest, if you change, if you follow your heart. Love says, you are supported, even in transition. You are guided, even when the numbers do not yet add up. You will not be reckless, but you will also not be ruled by terror of lack. That terror has stolen enough from you. New ideas for income, new paths of work, new ways to use your gifts are waiting in the wings. They could not land in you before because your mind was too noisy, too busy replaying worst-case scenarios to hear quiet inspiration. As your inner world calms, inspiration will increase. Little sparks will come, tiny, practical steps. Write them down. Do not dismiss them as silly. They are the seeds of your next chapter. You may be guided to learn something new, to combine skills you already have in a fresh way. You may find that what you thought was just your weird interest is actually a key to the work you are meant to do. Nothing in you is random. Even your eccentricities are clues. Follow the thread of what lights you up and what breaks your heart. Your purpose lives where those meet. You care about certain things more than others, not by accident, but by design. The causes that stir you, the problems that bother you, the beauties that move you to tears, all of these point toward your calling. You do not need a perfect definition. You only need to move a little closer to them. Volunteer. Start something small. Offer your help where your heart aches most. As you do, doors will open. Not all at once, but one after another. You will look back and see a path you could never have planned, yet it will feel exactly right. Archangel Michael says, "You have feared being deceived, making the wrong move, ruining everything with one bad choice." Hear this clearly, you are not that powerful in the negative. You cannot derail what love is determined to complete. Yes, choices have consequences. Yes, wisdom matters. But heaven is a master at rerouting you. You wander, and yet somehow you still end up at the right lessons, the right awakenings, the right thresholds. That is not failure. That is guidance. Even your detours have been woven into your teaching. What you learned in dark places will become medicine you hand to others stumbling through their own night. Nothing is wasted when it is surrendered. Not your pain, not your joy, not your confusion. All of it can feed your calling if you offer it up instead of hiding it in shame. You are being invited into radical honesty about your story. Not to relive the wound forever, but to reclaim its power and frame it with truth. You were hurt, but you are not only your hurt. You were betrayed, but you are not only your betrayal. You are more than the worst thing that happened to you. You are more than the worst thing you ever did. Identity anchored in shame keeps you stuck. Identity anchored in love sets you free to change. You are not trying to become worthy. You are acting from already being worthy. This changes everything. Your efforts become expression, not desperation. You will no longer hustle for your value. You will create from your value. This shift will untangle you from toxic dynamics and exploitative systems. You will begin to feel, in your bones, that your time, your energy, your presence are sacred resources. You will stop giving them away cheaply to people and projects that dishonor your soul. This may mean ending certain patterns, leaving certain environments, speaking up where you once stayed silent. It may feel terrifying at first. But as you do, you will feel a strength inside you did not know you had. This is the warrior in you waking up. Not to destroy others, but to protect the light in you. Your boundaries are not selfish. They are stewardship. You are entrusted with one life, one body, one mind, one heart. Guard them, not with paranoia, but with wisdom and tenderness. Say often, "I am responsible for how I treat myself." From that place, you will treat others better too, because you will not be pouring from resentment or emptiness. You have also carried invisible burdens for your family line. Patterns that were handed down, fears that were modeled, traumas that were never named. You sense, even without language, that you are here to break certain cycles. That is true. You are. But you are not doing it alone, or by sheer willpower. Heaven is partnering with you to heal what those before you could not heal, to stop what they could not stop.